The second day of the autumn session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly witnessed members of the House paying their obituary references to late S.K. Sun, MLA from MAWPHLANG, who had passed away at his home on the 10th of September 2021. During the reference, Chief Minister of Meghalaya CONRAD K. SANGMA, Leader of the Opposition Dr. MUKUL SANGMA, and other members of the House had paid their homage to a leader whom they termed as able and promising.
And there were some small works and requests that I had. So I used to go to his office once in a while to meet him. And I remember the kind of respect that he used to give. Even while a meeting is going on, he would cut short his meeting and call me into the room, speak to me, help me out, and resolve the issues that I used to have. That is the kind of personality he had, the kind of person who was always eager, I should say, to help everybody, and would never judge a person based on a position a person had or did not have. And that's the kind of experience that I had with him. And the respect he showed to me during those times is something that I never forgot. And therefore, whenever he used to come to me in recent times, I used to make sure that I would give the same respect to him. I would make sure that the issues that he had were resolved at the earliest for the questions and the issues that he had for his constituency. So therefore, not just as a legislator, sir, but even as a human being, he was a very, very good man and a person who always respected everybody, no matter what position you had or did not have.
He would personally ensure that the DPRs are in order, that the DPRs don't have to be returned to the department because of any deficiency. And that was particularly when a project has to be posted before Government of India for any consideration of sanction. He would personally assure, he will come and tell that he has personally looked at the whole DPR and there is no chance of the scheme being sent back with any queries. So that was the kind of focus that even as an officer, late S.K. Sun had. It's been a privilege to have him as member of this August House, with his long innings of experience as an officer, the wealth of experience in administration, of very crucial, important department, public health engineering. And with the same zeal and passion, he took up issues here. We have all been a witness to that. Whenever he articulated issues on the matters that has been tabled by him in this August House, I would keenly listen to him, and my observation was that he would make submissions only on issues which is not just important for his constituency, but for larger good of the people as a whole.
Dedication in life was to serve people irrespective of whether he was an official in the government or a politician in the system. I join hands with the leader of the House, the Honorable Chief Minister, the leader of the opposition, my colleagues, in condoling this untimely passing away of S.K. Sun. So when I heard the news on the 10th, I just couldn't believe it. So I picked up my phone and called his wife, Kong Switzerland Lingdor, who confirmed that the news that I had received was factual and not a rumor. So the character of Ba S.K. Sun was such that he projected himself as being a person who was trustworthy, a person who once was convinced of a stand would not change his mind. He was disciplined. He was always ensuring that his health was of prime importance no matter what. And to hear that this great man, like all the five who have left us from amongst this house, I could not imagine. He will always be remembered as a person who stood tall, put his points across, and stuck his ground. His dedication to the preparations of his presentations, deliberations, discussions, debates on this august house will always be remembered and emulated. He never came to the house unprepared. So his knowledge of the loop system of the GSSWS scheme was the biggest challenge in his career, where he had to market this new concept of portable drinking water delivery to doorsteps in urban Shillong. And he faced so many questions, so many queries, so many challenges from so many groups of individuals who opposed the loop system of water supply for the city of Shillong. I met him when I was a very young girl, because my late father, being a politician, took a lot of advice from Ba S.K. Sun, and he would frequently accompany my father to all the various football events across this country, whether it was a football match in the southern part of India or football match in West Bengal. But he was a very passionate man, and he gave his best to contribute, to inculcate and nurture a young breed of sportsmen who would excel in our natural gifts of football. You can see that his son, Eugene Lingdo, became one of the youngest stars of the state of Meghalaya and the country as a whole. That's because Ba Sun himself had such a passion for football, was a footballer himself, and wanted to ensure that every other young person with talent in football and skill in football playing would be given the right coaching and the right opportunities and be groomed into young stars. So I am very grateful to Ba S.K. Sun for his deliberations on the sensitive border issues. In fact, he was on his feet and was meant to complete his debate and deliberation today. I remember he accompanied all of us with some of the colleagues from the opposition to West Khasi Hills not very long ago to defend the borders. And he had that in him, and It is so unfortunate that he is no more to carry on this battle on the important issue of protection and retention of our borders. Sir, he spoke at length 2-3 times on the Central Agriculture University. Very concerned that this university was now on the side of our borders, on the side of the state, but actually manned by individuals and heads of institutions from another state. This was again something that Basun really held very dear to his heart. It is for this August House to carry on that legacy. It is for us to ensure that for all the dreams that he was unable to fulfill, we must take up and we must take this forward in the days to come.